Well, that's one way to ruin my Sunday night. You know how it is, I was already going to do a bit of a rant video on the whole Elliot Anderson situation, financial fair play, profit and sustainability rules nonsense. And then we'll get this transfer news coming out. So we'll get the Anderson and PSR stuff soon. But in the past hour, David Ornstein at The Athletic has broke the news that Chelsea have reached an agreement with Brighton to sign Joao Pedro. The deal for the 23-year-old forward is in excess of £50 million. Pretty sure that was the money that we offered Brighton the other day that was apparently rejected, according to several sources, or maybe all along the player just wanted Brighton. That's what Ornstein says at the end of this one. The Brazilian international only ever wanted Brighton. So what the hell have we been doing wasting our time in the past few weeks chasing Joao Pedro for then? Honestly, all we heard for weeks on end was on Newcastle ramping up their interest, Newcastle in talks, Newcastle were bidding, Newcastle were getting bids rejected, Newcastle really want him, this player really wants to move, he'd love to play under Eddie Howe. All of this we heard. Were we just getting dragged along? Was it all just mind games? Was it all just work from his agent, everything else, to ramp up the interest from Chelsea and make sure that they got the money? Who knows, but either way, we're not getting this signing, another target goes by, and more frustration grows into the fan base, which we'll get into in a minute. But let us know how you feel in the comments. But yeah, it's a 7-year deal, which is quite bloody short for Chelsea, to be honest. You know what I mean? They normally dishing out 17-year deals. So 7-year contract for Joao Pedro. Personal terms agreed. He's going to join up with the squad next week for the FIFA Club World Cup. So Pedro looks like he wanted Chelsea all along, according to Ornstein and The Athletic. So again, I don't know why we've just wasted all our time, like we've done in previous windows, chasing a player that we can't even get, who doesn't even want to come. And that is the real annoying thing about this one again. Again, we're hearing it, we're chasing this player, we're bidding for this player, we're interested in this player, and then now it happens. Someone else comes in for him, Man United for him, Boomo, Pedro to Chelsea, all the rest of it. We've seen it all last year, we've seen it this year, and I'm absolutely sick of it. I've tried to remain calm throughout this whole thing, and I've said to you, like, remain calm and patient, and I will. It's just, it's rife right now. Do you know what I mean? It's fresh, it's hot, annoying, frustrating news. It's hot and annoying outside, the weather. It's way too bloody hot. And then this is way too crap from Newcastle United. Moving slow, missing out on targets, the wrong people again. And I've said it, and I will say it, I'll calm down tomorrow, it'll be a new week, I'll be feeling better. I'll be thinking, you know what it is? Here we go. This should be a here we go for Newcastle. We're entering the PSR deadline in July. Once that kicks in, then I'll start really losing the plot. You think this is bad? This is an out. But surely we've got things going on. I still think, Trafford will happen next week or the week after. But it's just so annoying when we're on about bidding 50-odd million for these players, Joao Pedro and all the rest of it, and getting a player through the door, and then now it happens. And we're just thinking, what are we doing? What's going on behind the scenes? I keep saying we're moving slow because, of PSR and FFP and getting past that window. So yeah, give it another week or two, then I want to wait and see. Because I see a lot of people melting down. Maybe that's reflecting on me, to be fair, because I'm seeing it on social media and I'm starting to think, it is. Thousands of Geordies are saying it, getting wound up about it. I'm starting to get sucked in, but I'll still try and see what I've said all along. We will make signings this summer. It will be 4 or 5 big ones. We have got money to spend, and we will get them through the door. But right now, I can really understand it, and I can really see it because of how drawn out this has been and how mentioned these players have been linked to Newcastle. Your Joao Pedros. Tried to sign him a couple of years ago. Now I've been trying to sign him for the past month. And then up Chelsea come in, bang, straight away, done deal. You know what I mean? How long have we been linked with Pedro for? Literally weeks and weeks. About a month now. And then Chelsea got a bit of an interest, mind. Chelsea step up with interest, whack the money on the table, and there you go. And the thing is with Chelsea, is it's not fair. You know what I mean? We know all this, we can get the FFP stuff, the PSR stuff, but let me just read out the signings, and I'll put them on your screen there now, for Chelsea. Just the attacking options that's meant to be coming to them. So far, they've got Pedro and Gittins on the way. So Jamie Gittins, the young English winger from Borussia Dortmund, is also signing for about 50-odd million. So there's them two. On top of the players they've already got and they've spent billions on the last few windows. Madueke, Jackson, Delap this window, Neto, and Kunku, Cole Palmer, George, Gehi, Santos, Estevao, and Enzo, all battling for the front spots. They've also got Raheem Sterling still knocking about the gaff, João Felix, who also cost £100 million for the pair of them, Mudryk, £80-90 million, who's on a bloody doping ban or whatever it is. I mean, this is just outrageous crap, man. It's just so mental, and we can't sign anybody. We can't justify going a step further, an extra 5 million here, and then they've got these options, these players. I know Chelsea won Champions League a few years ago and they've got money, but they haven't because they spent it all. But they're finding loopholes, which you know what it is. I'm going to get onto my point now about this, right? Because I cannot be asked to do this, Arnie. I'm starting to get pissed off even more. I tell you what, I need the rest of this fucking pint. As I was saying about the Chelsea thing, the PSR thing, the Premier League, you know what it is? We need to start acting like Chelsea. It's time to fight back. It's time to stop being tiptoeing around the gaff and playing safe and being scared to make a move and justifying all this PSR nonsense. Because these sort of teams are just getting through it. So why are we not doing it? Why have we not got the cojones to go ahead and copy what Chelsea have done? Why are we not selling the women's team? By the way, Aston Villa, all the press, all the media outlets are saying that Aston Villa are in danger of breaching PSR. They may have to sell someone tomorrow. You know, Ramsey's still linked to Newcastle. Other players like Morgan Rogers and the rest of them are linked to leave. Potentially, if bids come in, they might be under threat. Or they might just sell the women's team. Where did they get that idea from? Chelsea! Why are we not doing it? If Villa are going to get around PSR, potential point deductions, potential not being able to spend money by just selling the women's team to themselves, why are we not doing the same thing? Chelsea have sold women's teams to themselves, hotels to themselves, training grounds to themselves, little sponsors here and there. We still haven't got a bastard training ground sponsor. We haven't got a training kit sponsor. Why have we not got those two things? I kind of forgive that. Like stadium sponsor, just get it done. If it means we can sign some fucking players and actually compete, just get it done. You know what I mean? Make it a Ramsey at St James Park, Saudi Air, St James Park, whatever you want. You know what I mean? It's all over the pitch anyway. Just put it on the stand as well and get another 100 million for it. Sign some fucking players. Because it's getting beyond a joke now, man. It's getting too far. You know what I mean? Pre-season starts in a week. The players are back on the 7th of July. First game on the 19th away to Celtic. We're not far off, man. Eddie Howe is being let down again. He's being told that he wanted players through the door quickly. And I'm sure he would have meant before now. And again, I've went away with it. But I said, we'll see what happens when we hit July. So if we don't see a flurry of signs in the next 2 or 3 weeks, then it's real. Then the fans' frustrations, when everyone's messaging me and commenting and seeing it, then it's fair. But for now, I will try and take a step back. Any more beers in here? No, nightmare. And just think, let's see how it plays out. Don't want to be impatient, still plenty of time left in the window. But what I was saying is true. We need to fight back against PSR. Teams had a chance to vote for a rule change of PSR and stuff not long ago, remember? Not enough votes went against it. So, we know it's unfair, we know it's outdated, we know it's a completely broken system, because they haven't even took inflation into account. I mentioned this in a video the other day. The PSR rules where they allow you a 3-year losses of 105 million haven't been adjusted to any form of inflation since December 2012. And at the time, the world record transfer fee was 80 million for Ronaldo. Big up Yves St. Laurent Robert for that one. 80 million for Ronaldo. And this was 2012. And now it's changed since then. We're nearly 15 years later. Crap players are going for £80 million. Anthony went for more for that at Man United. Do you know what I mean? The 80 million, the players that you used to think, and I said this the other day on the video, the players that you used to think were worth, 20 odd million, they're now worth 50 million. Valuations are through the absolute roof when people are saying, Langa's not worth this, is Pedro worth 60 million? Yeah, a few years ago, these players were £25 million players. Now, they're 50 million. Now they're 60 million. Now they're 70 million. The prices have risen, but the PSR hasn't. So it doesn't make any sense. It is killing the game. It's killing any competition. It's killing the likes of us, Villa, anybody chasing down the original Big Six. Man U, billions of debt. Still go out and spend 60 odd million on one player, trying to sign another player for 60 odd million. And they'll go, and they'll go, and they'll go. And everyone else can do the same. Chelsea just selling hotels, flogging this, flogging that. Spent billions since the new owner came in a couple of years ago, Todd Bowley. Just do what you want. Though. Keep doing what you want. Keep saying who you want. And then the mad thing is that the money they make is from the World Cup this year. The Club World Cup, they've already made the money for Delap just getting this far. If they win it, they're going to make 100 million. And people are angry at PIF for that one, the Saudi Arabians, because they brought this tournament in and they're injecting that cash prize. Get us in. Where's the help? You know what I mean? They're bringing in these bloody Auckland Terrier teams, these New Zealand Sunday League teams and that. Get us in. Just find a way. Miami got in for Messi. Get bloody Newcastle and Isaac in there. Yeah, try and win some money. Try and get some benefits from this. Have we seen any benefit yet from the Saudi Arabian takeover in terms of what everyone thought? We know we can't spend. I know the richest club and all that in the world is just nonsense because of the FFP and PSR rules. We can't do what your Cities and Chelsea did back in the day, which is a disgrace to us now because that horse has already ran away, bolted a million miles off. So you can't do anything about that. But I don't even want to spend loads of money. I just want to spend some money. We haven't signed any players for 3 windows now who improve the starting 11, for a decent fee. haven't even got more than one right winger. We got rid of Miggy, and we've got Murphy on the form of his life. We couldn't get rid of Miggy for so long. Honestly, it's just... I'm going to go further and further down, and this video is going to go on for ages. But the point being is that having these owners and not being able to spend it is an absolute disgrace, man. It's just a joke. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just getting ridiculous now. Beyond a piss steak with all the players and money that the likes of Chelsea are signing and all them options, and that we're stuck. We seem to be able to do nothing, where teams like Chelsea can do everything. How is that fair? But on the takeover stuff, like, can we not actually utilise this? Can we not bring in John Durand in? He's meant to be going to defender back. Can we just bring him in? If he's going to go to Turkey, can we not get him in? Get him on a loan deal? Get it fixed somehow? Let them pay some of the fees? Get round things? We're just not doing anything to combat it. We're not fighting. We need to fight harder. We're just sitting back. Oh no, we don't want to do that. Oh, let's just be goody little two shoes and don't upset the apple cart, and let's not push the boat. Start pushing the boat. Start going for it. Otherwise, we're going to fall so far behind. We have worked miracles this far to get back in the Champions League. The way these teams are spending, Chelsea, Spurs got a new manager, Man U are spending again. All of that, Liverpool are spending 160 million on a player. How are we ever going to get anywhere near the top 3, top 4 on a consistent basis if we didn't try and challenge it, if we didn't try and go for it? We're going to be left way behind, and then before you know it, you miss out on Champions League and Bruno wants to move, Isaac wants to move, Tonali's on back to Italy, and then you're absolutely double whammy fucked. So I mean, start doing these things like I mentioned before, Chelsea doing, you know what I mean, moving debts to parent companies abroad and all this madness. It's just... It just really winds you up, but it is just unfair, man, isn't it? I wouldn't want to see it, even if it wasn't just at Newcastle's case. You want to see a competitive league. You want to see fairness across the board. We haven't got that. It's time to fix it, or us to fight back. Really, I've went on for way too long there, so let's finish off on the Elliot Anderson stuff. The principle of this video was going to be on him. All this Pedro stuff has just riled me right up, if you couldn't tell. It was heartbreaking last night, seeing Elliot Anderson perform so well for England off the back of leaving Newcastle. Buzzing for him, well done to him, well done to the lads, Harvey Elliott, all the rest of them. Absolutely fantastic. Great to retain the trophy once again. But when him and Tino posted this photo in the dressing room afterwards, and they were on about being Geordie boys and taking the piss and enjoying beers, it's just devastating and heartbreaking to see that he's one of our own. You know what I mean? Grew up in the area, went through the academy for years and years from being a kid to playing in the Champions League for us and all the rest of it. And then because of this nonsense, utter garbage, PSR, we have to sell him pretty much a year today. A year ago, we are forced to sell Elliot Anderson. He didn't want to move. Newcastle didn't want the sale, but we were forced to do so unless we wanted a 10-point deduction. This is what I mean when I go back earlier in the video and I'm saying, sell the hotel to yourself. Look at the loopholes that Villa and Chelsea and the rest of them are doing and incorporate it for us, man. If other teams are doing it, we can't even get that angry at the system anymore. Just beat the system, you know what I mean? If you can't beat them, join them. That's what we're going to have to do. We can't keep thinking, oh, well, we'll play it safe. We'll just make sure I've got this loss and we'll sell that play. Nah, because look at Anderson now, man. He's absolutely flying. He's absolutely class. All the best to him. I cannot believe we haven't even got a buyback clause in there. I really hope we see him back in black and white one day. I think we probably will. But the point being is we never should have seen him leave. And we shouldn't have to be paying a fortune for him to come back, if we can ever manage to get him back. Because he's sensational, what a talent. You know, you can see his passion. He was in the stands at Wembley for the Carabao Cup win when he should have been on the bloody pitch. He should have been there, should have been playing, should have been celebrating. So that's shocking. He's celebrating with Tino last night, like I say. That's great to see. Well done to them. Well done to the young Lions. But it's just devastating, and it just really hit home to me like, this is bad. I mean, this is meant to be fair. This is the correct thing to do around PSR. Is force clubs into selling their academy products that are passionate and want to play for their hometown club. Get rid of the homegrown players. Where was the logic in that? Oh, well, you can develop them. You spend 10 years, develop a player, spend all this money on the coaching, on the training, on day in, day out, nurturing them, developing them into a top professional. And then as soon as you can, you force to sell them. You force to let them go. Game over. All them years just for that, it doesn't make sense. Honestly, it's a ridiculous system, and I'm just sick of it. Like, Anderson will be perfect for Newcastle. He's a top talent, and he should be playing for the Mags, man. He should be here. He should be at his boyhood club. Should be at his hometown club. So it's just crap. It just backs up what I've been saying all along about PSR and FFP and how it's outdated. It's unfair. It's so mental. It's truly broken. And there's nothing good that comes from it. It really isn't. It needs to change, or if it's not going to, fight back. Start fighting back, man. I'm sick of it. I've had enough. Anyways, that'll do for my Sunday night rant. Like, that's enough from me. I could go on for ages. Maybe we'll go on longer in the podcast on Wednesday. Hopefully we have some better news next week. PSR deadline tomorrow, June 30th, so there could definitely be some transfer activity. And yeah, we'll see if Trafford comes in. We'll see when July hits, if we can start spending some bloody money and actually get some players to come, instead of what seems like rejection FC at the minute. Fucking hell. Anyways, I'm going to stop there. Thanks everyone. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop your comments below. See you in the next one.